You guys, we're already a week into February, so we're a little bit late with this video, but we wanted to sit down and go over all of the books we plan to read this month. I had my boyfriend pick out my entire February TBR, so these are all of the books he chose for me, and I think he did really well. I'm excited for all of them. We also have our blind book that we're going to pick at the end of this video, and our book club book for this month is Butcher and Blackbird by Brynn Weaver. It is a dark romance though, so check trigger warnings, but that link to join the book club is in the description. With all that being said, we're going to go ahead and go over all the books we plan to read this month.
It is the month of love, so you know I picked a whole bunch of romance books for February. One that we are both so excited to read is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. It's time.
It's time.
It's past time, actually.
Everyone who has read this book has absolutely loved it, so we feel like we're going to be exactly the same.
Definitely, and the second book is supposed to come out in May, I believe, so we're right on track.
The front says hunted, hunter, destined for each other, and we know this is kind of like an enemies to lovers romance. We know there's magic, we know there's trials. It's going to be so fun to read. But the bottom says be swept away by the first in the epic and sizzling fantasy romance trilogy taking the world by storm, and I can't wait to read it.
I really hope we love it because it is one of those books that is so freaking hyped on Book Talk, and we don't really have a great track record with really hyped Book Talk books, so I'm a little scared.
I think this is going to be the exception. I just know this is going to be good.
And her debut?
Yeah.
Crazy. The next one I have, you guys were so excited when I bought it, and it is If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. So many comments were just telling me how great this book is, how much you think I'm going to love this book just because it is kind of like The Bachelor, which y'all already know I love The Bachelor. Joey's so hot. This one on the back, it says, if the shoe doesn't fit, maybe it's time to design your own. With a shiny new design degree but no job in sight, Cindy moves back in with her stepmother, Erica, the executive producer of the world's biggest reality dating show. When a slot on before midnight needs filling at the last minute, Cindy is thrust into the spotlight, showcasing her killer shoe collection on network TV. Seems like a great way to jumpstart her career. And while she's at it, why not go on a few lavish dates with an eligible suitor? So this girl's basically going on the show to like promote herself, and she's gonna like end up actually falling for this guy. It's gonna be so cute. I think this is the perfect book to read in February.
My boyfriend did not choose any of the romance or dark romance books that I wanted to read for this month, but that's fine. We still have a bunch of great books, one of which you guys have been waiting for me to read, and that is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. It's about time. If you look back at the channel, this book we bought at our first ever like half-price books shopping trip, and I have yet to read it. I've heard amazing things. I've heard it's like Hunger Games in space. It is a sci-fi read, and I have loved all of the sci-fi books that I've read, so I do want to explore more in this genre. I feel like this is going to be the perfect book to start with. It sounds pretty serious on the back though. It says, his wife taken, his people enslaved. Driven by a longing for justice and the memory of lost love, Daryl will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if he must become one of them to do so. I had no idea this was Pierce Brown's debut novel. That seems insane because I know how huge this series is, but I'm excited to get into it.
This might actually be my first book of the month book I ever got, so it's been on my shelf for quite some time, but I definitely want to read it this month. It is Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. This was like the Valentine's romance book that all the girls were reading back in the day. It says Karina dreams of having a love story like her parents, but she prefers restoring her classic card to swiping right on dating apps. When her father announces he's selling her late mother's home, Karina makes a deal with him that he'll gift her the house if she can get engaged in 4 months. She seems pretty hot, so I'm sure she could do it. It's kind of giving The Ugly Truth with Katherine Heigl. This is just one I've had on my shelf for way too long, and it is going to be read this month.
Up next, I have a Mona Awad book. I was supposed to read one of her books in January, but I decided to save it for later on in the year because I don't have too many literary fictions and I want to kind of spread them out. But the one I have here was chosen for me, and that is Rouge by Mona Awad. So this one says it's a horror-tinged gothic fairy tale about a lonely dress shop clerk whose mother's unexpected death sends her down a dark, treacherous path in pursuit of youth and beauty. Can she escape her mother's fate and find a connection that is more than skin deep? This just like, hey, give us nothing, you know? But I'm interested. The fact that it says it's a horror-tinged gothic fairy tale, that concept, I'm excited to read about. The very bottom does say Rouge holds up a warped mirror to our relationship with morality, our collective fixation with surfaces, and the wondrous deep longing that might lie beneath. Hey man, listen, that's insane. Hey, that's actually insane.
Oh my god.
I cannot wait to get into this. I hope it doesn't go over my head. I hope I'm able to understand all the crazy concepts that they're going to talk about, but I'm so excited for it. So can't wait to read another Mono Wad. Maybe after this I can go back and revisit Bunny and re-experience it now knowing what to expect. But yeah, I'm super excited for this one. Let me know if you have read it.
Jasmine Guillory always puts out the cutest romance books with the cutest covers, so it is definitely the time to read one. I have a Fake It Till You Bake It. I have While We Were Dating and The Wedding Date. I know I definitely want to read one of them. I'm not exactly sure which one yet, so if you have read some Jasmine Guillory books, please let me know which one you think I will like the most. Yeah, I think I will have a fun time with any one of these, but I don't know, something about The Wedding Date is just calling to me.
I have that one too and I need to read it already. If you decide to read that one, I might read it as well.
And it's like such a short read, I think it'll be perfect. So I don't know, we'll see, but definitely one of these is going to be read this month.
I'm really excited for this one because it is by Kate Ellis Marshall. This one is No One Can Know. We've talked about this one a lot recently just because we just got them. You guys know though, when I read What Lies in the Woods last year, it was one of my favorite mystery thrillers. So I'm really excited for this one. It says 3 sisters, 2 murders, and too many secrets to count. 14 years ago, the Palmer sisters left their home and never returned. Emma has never told anyone what she saw the night her parents died, even when she becomes the prime suspect. This is gonna be so good. I love the way that Kate Ellis Marshall writes and the way that the stories unfold, so I can't wait to get into this one. I really enjoyed the past several mystery thrillers I've read recently, so I'm hoping this one is no different.
I have is X's and O's by Amy Lee. This is the second book in the Influencer series. The first one was Set on You, and I did read that last month. I thought it was a cute read. Definitely not my favorite though, so I'm interested to see if I'm going to like this one. I know this one is about a girl named Tara, and she's like a book girly. One of her favorite tropes is second chance romance trope, so she's going to try and see if she can get her own second chance romance with any one of her ex-boyfriends that she has. But she also has this new roommate, Trevor, who is actually also a firefighter from the guy that we met in Set on You. So I don't know, I'm thinking they might have a cute little relationship form, so I think this will just be the perfect Valentine's Day book.
So the next book is like one of the only contemporary romance books I have on my TBR for this month, and it is Already Falling by Angelica Rose. This author actually reached out and sent us her book, so I'm so excited to read it. It says Already Falling is a coming-of-age love story that will make you swoon and plead for a happy ending. So this one we're following Annika, and right now her focus is to get good grades so she can get into a good college. It says she's distracted by Reed Parker. Her childhood crush suddenly appears in her life, spiraling her plan out of control. Reed never thought he'd see Annika again, the girl who he always wanted to be with but never seemed to pick the right moment to try. When he sees her again at a college party 6 years later, he falls for her harder than before. That sounds so cute. I'm hoping this will be a nice break from all of the other crazy books that I have this month, and it looks like a really short read.
Next I have The Heir by Kira Cass. This is starting to get into the spin-off series of The Selection, and I loved this selection so much. I loved the relationships, I loved the characters, I loved the politics. I'm very curious to see what has happened since the last book in the selection. Based off the title of this, I have an idea. So now we're following a princess, and it says it's her turn to try and find a true love. So back with the same thing, but now it's a princess, and we're gonna see all these boys come in, and she's gonna try and find true love, and it's gonna be a whole event, and I'm so excited. I'm hoping I'm going to continue loving this series. Normally at this point I tend to kind of like lose interest a little bit, so I'm hoping that's not gonna happen here.
I do have a memoir for this month, and it is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. I've heard non-stop amazing things about this memoir, so I cannot wait to start it. It sounds a little bit heavy, but most memoirs are. It says this is an electrifying account of a relationship gone bad and a bold dissection of the mechanisms and cultural representations of psychological abuse. The bottom says In the Dream House explores our ideas about what a memoir can do and be. I am so excited for this. I do have another book by this author, and it's a collection of short stories, but I wanted to read her memoir first, so I'm excited to get into it. I read a bunch of really great memoirs in January, so I can't wait to continue on.
This month I am definitely going to be reading Saint by Adrienne Young. This was one of my most anticipated books of last year, and I'm barely getting to it this year, but it's kind of perfect. This is a prequel to the Fable duology, but in this we are going to be exploring Fable's parents. We're going to be seeing about her father. Her father is pretty crazy in the duology. We're going to see him and Fable's mother kind of form this connection and all the things that they go through before Fable was even here, and I'm so ready for it. I think it's kind of the perfect romantasy for me to read in February, so can't wait to get to this one.
I did have a sequel picked out for me this month, and it is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I am scared for the sequel. Book 1, One Dark Window, was really, really well done, but I feel like I forgot a lot about it, so I'm nervous getting back into this. I'm hoping it just comes back to me as soon as I start this one. I remember really loving the unique magic systems though. There was a little bit of a romance in here, and book 1 ended on somewhat of a cliffhanger, so I have been waiting to read this one. It's book 2 in the Shepherd's King series, and I can't wait to get to it. This one was a recent release, and I don't know that I've heard much about it, so let me know if you've read this one as well and your thoughts on it.
Next I have Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I've said so many times that I'm gonna read it and then I never read it, but this is like the month to read my romance books. So this is the second book in the Maple Hill series. I enjoyed Icebreaker. I know it was a hit or miss for a lot of people, but I really enjoyed it. I know this one follows Aurora and Russ. Russ we've met in the first book. He was so cute, so I'm really interested to see his romance. I know they're also camp counselors, which is pretty unique. I've never read a romance book like that before, and I know the third book is coming out sometime this year as well, so this has to be read.
At this point, I don't even know if I should ever show you guys this book until it's read, because the amount of times I brought it out on this channel saying I'm gonna read it is insane. But it's gonna happen this month, because guess what? I didn't even pick it for myself. So that's gonna add pressure that I need in order to complete this, and it's Jade City by Fonda Lee. Hey, listen, I don't know what keeps happening. I'm just so intimidated by this book, especially because I started the first chapter, and I know that this is a 5-star prediction, so I have been scared to pick it up again. But you guys, the writing is already fantastic. Jade is the lifeblood of this entire world. They mine it, they trade it, they steal it, they kill for it, and it gives them power. And they compare this book to the Godfather movie, but if it had magic, and it also has like kung fu, and it's set in an Asia-inspired metropolis. So I'm just so excited. I can't wait to read it. I'm gonna be really upset if this is not a 5-star read for me, just because I've been putting it off for so long, but I think it will be. So finally the month, you guys. Hopefully I love it.
The last one I have for today is The Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. Y'all have seen this all over the place. I've seen this all over the place. You've seen this all over the place. It is all over Book Talk. I did read the fine print by this author. I really did like it. So I'm interested to see if I'm going to like this one. I know it is a second chance romance book though, so I don't know, you guys. Y'all know I don't really love that, but I mean, the way everyone's talking about this book, I have to give it a chance. So I see we have Julian and we have Dahlia, and I can already tell they hate each other. So Julian's point of view says, if I ever caught on fire, Dahlia Munoz would fan the flames with a smile. And then Dahlia says, people say the devil has many faces, but I know only one, Julian Lopez, my childhood rival and family frenemy. Girl, just kiss already.
A family frenemy is everything.
That's crazy. I love that. Let's just read Dahlia's point of view, because you know, girlies. I vow to steer clear of him while recovering from my broken engagement, but then the billionaire makes an irresistible offer. Renovate a historic house together and triple our profits. Our temporary truce becomes compromised as we face years worth of denied attraction and mixed emotions. Giving in to our desire is inevitable, but falling in love, that isn't part of the plan. So cute.
He's a billionaire? What's up with her writing about billionaires?
I don't know, but I'm here for it.
I'm not gonna be your enemy if you're a billionaire.
I don't know. I think that sounds really cute. Y'all know I don't love second chance romance books, but I already know I love Lauren Asher, so I'm interested to see her take on it.
Now, you guys, we have our blind book pick for this month.
Ay, ay, ay.
I have been nervous to see what I'm gonna get. Also, I don't know how we just made these. I can't remember any of the books that I put in them.
I know. I was thinking hopefully I get a romance book because that's like my theme for this month, but I don't think I picked any romance books.
So we're gonna go ahead and choose our papers.
I have 5 for you.
Okay, I have 10 for you.
Here's your 5.
Okay. Moment of truth, you guys.
Number 10.
Oh, yeah.
You go first. I'm scared.
Okay. Oh my god, I was not expecting this for this month. Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. Okay, no, I have been wanting to read it and I've heard really good things. I don't know what I was expecting. It was not this. It says a gorgeously modern gothic fantasy. This one says, I dream sometimes about a house I've never seen. I should be scared, but in the dream I don't hesitate. In my dream I'm home. So it's like she dreams about this house. She finally has the opportunity to go to it, but sinister forces are digging deeper into the buried secrets of Starling House, and Arthur's own nightmares have become far too real. Opal realizes that she might have finally found a reason to stick around, and now she'll have to fight. Welcome to Starling House if you dare. I do love me a haunted house, so I'm excited for it.
Okay, let's see what I got. Oh my goodness gracious. What is this? Oh, I know what this is.
Oh, the Walsh?
Yeah. Let's see. What is this called? The Love of My Life.
Okay, romance.
It's kind of on brand, right? I think
it is a romance.
Okay, The Love of My Life by Rosie Walsh is giving Valentine. Oh, right. This is the one that says, I have held you at night for 10 years and I didn't even know your name. We have a child together, a dog, a house. Who are you? Girl, what? Okay, this is a great one for me to read this month, actually, because it's kind of like the opposite of a romance.
Yeah.
Like, who is this man?
Right. What was he hiding from you that you don't know him?
And y'all have a dog together?
A dog? I thought it was a daughter.
They have that too.
Okay.
They have a child together, a dog, a house. Let's see, the bottom says, when the very darkest moments of Emma's past finally emerge, she must somehow prove to Leo that she really is the woman he always thought she was. I thought we were confused about who he is.
So it's who she is.
But first she must tell him about the other love of her life.
Wait, this just got interesting. So this isn't his point of view.
Oh.
He's saying, who are you? Because she has kept secrets from him.
So just assumed it was him.
We assumed it was him.
Because men.
Not
her being the problem.
We'll see. You gotta read her story.
Yeah. This is a perfect addition for the month.
So these are all of the books we plan to read for this month, you guys. This is a lot. This is 10 books. We did read 10 books each about last month. So we set the bar high for the year. We have 10 books picked out here. Hopefully we get to every single one of them plus more. We know we want to do a Galentine's 24-hour readathon this month. So that should get a good chunk of these out of the way. But I think these are great picks.
Reminder, we are reading Butcher and Blackbird by Brendan Weaver this month for our Literal Besties book club. So that link will be in the description. Make sure to check trigger warnings though, because it is a dark romance.
That one will be fun though. So make sure to join. Also make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know what books you're planning to read this February. And we will see you guys soon.
I think I did thrift most of these, so this one is a little bit banged up, but that is okay. She is still readable.
Oh my god, the crunching sounds of the pages.
The water damage, amazing. This is how I get my books back from people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I just pull that off of your head?
Yeah, but it's
oh my god, I thought it was in the book.
It didn't hurt.
Okay.
I
don't feel pain.